5 years ago, the McConnell family was devastated as Elroy McConnell and his three sons, Roy, Nathan, and Kelly, were killed by this 20-year-old Demetrius Jordan at this intersection in St. Petersburg, Florida. A family member awoke around 4:30 in the morning and realized that the men never returned home from their trip to the movie theater. They placed many frantic phone calls in an attempt to find out what happened to the men. It was then that St. Pete police officer Robbie Arkovich knocked at the door of the beach house with the news that none of the men would be returning home. This preventable crash left 3 women without a husband and 2 children without a father.
Even though it's been 5 years, it's no easier for the family or for the wonderful community that's out here to remember and to try to get the message out. Don't drink and drive. I was planning on speaking with Roy McConnell's widow, Amy, who was going to drive in from Orlando to stand on the corner with her friends, family, and community. But this year is just like the others. The night before, she sent a text to her cousin, Ginger Bringle, saying it's too hard. She just can't do it.
I became connected with MADD in the fall of 2010 after a horrific crash that killed 4 members of our family. We were connected with a MADD victim advocate named Carol, who was wonderful at walking us through the court system and all of the other things that come with a DUI crash. The St. Pete Police Department played a huge role in our grieving process and recovery process. They were there every step of the way at the very beginning. They did a fabulous job of working through this crime scene to make sure we had a tight case if we went to trial. They also supported my cousin Amy. They contacted her. Several of them actually came out to the memorial for the guys. And ever since then, Officer Arkovich has been there supporting our family at the walks and victim impact panels and other things that MADD does. One thing I always like to emphasize is the fact that when a DUI crash happens and there are fatalities, it doesn't just impact the immediate family, not just those victims. It impacts everyone that ever knew those victims. Your extended family, your friends, people you went to school with, you worked with, your neighbors. I mean, it's just like a spider web effect. It just goes outward and outward from your inner circle. Almost 2,000 people were at the memorial for these guys. I mean, they touched a lot of lives, and that's a lot of people's lives who now have an empty space in it because those guys are gone. On the flip side, the driver who hit our family's car, he's serving 44 years in prison. He was a young man going in. His life is over as well. There are no winners in a DUI crash. Interested in the other work that MADD was also doing, and the following year joined the Walk Like MADD committee and started volunteering and helping with the fundraising that is attached to the Walk Like MADD. Assisting with the fundraising for the walk gives them more money so they can have more victim services, so more people can be helped by advocates like Carol. So I saw that as a positive way of giving back to what had happened as a horrible tragedy to our family. I don't have a problem with everyone going out and having a great time, but I do have a problem with you getting behind the wheel intoxicated and putting my family's life at risk when you get on the road. So at this point, it's 2015. We have smartphones. You can call a cab. You can find Uber. There's so many options, and it's frustrating because it's 100% preventable. DUI crashes are 100% preventable. Drinking and driving, that's a decision. It's a conscious decision that people make, and just in my opinion, I think it's a very selfish decision to make. When you choose to get behind the wheel drunk, you're saying that you don't care about your life and that you don't care about the people on the road. And that hurts me because my family's out there, and your family, and everyone else's family's out there. So please think about it, designate, have a plan.
Like so many others, IONTV would love to end drunk driving. Walk Like MADD and the MADD-5K is your chance to do something about drunk driving in our community. This year, thousands of people in over 90 cities around the nation will participate in 5K events to eliminate drunk driving from our roadways. You can help MADD eliminate drunk driving by signing up for Walk Like MADD or MADD-5K in Pinellas as a walker or runner, team captain, or volunteer. The Pinellas Walk Like MADD and the MADD-5K will be held November 21st, 2015, in Largo Central Park from 7:30 a.m. until 12 p.m.